Hey, what's up, everybody? So, looking at the price of XRP, not too much has changed since yesterday. We still are holding this low that we set yesterday. Like I said, it's probably going to be some kind of range in here, right? And you can kind of see a little bit of a lower low, excluding that wick, which is a good thing because after that low was set, we instantly came back up. Now we're sort of in the middle of this range. The price likes to gravitate toward the mean. But ultimately, what we have here, is a couple ideas. And one of them being let me just put this one up first, and that we've talked about many times before, which is the sort of the triangle. And the triangle is we got 3 down, we got 3 up, we got another 3 down, we got another 3 up, and this could potentially be the E wave where we have 1, 2, 3 down. And then once we're complete in here, then we're pretty much on our way. So what we can see right now is if this is the case, then this could be a wave 1. This could be a wave 2. And now we're kind of gearing up for a wave 3, 4, and then a 5. Maybe we get a little bit of an inverse head and shoulders up here, right? And get this party going. So that's one way to look at it, which is a contracting triangle. The other way to look at it really is we have 3 down, so you have a W. We have 3 up, we have an X, right? We have another move, sort of 3-way move down. There's a Y. Or you could say ABC if that's 5. And then you have this pump here, which is a 1. You got an ABC pullback. There's your 2. And potentially we have another 5-wave move here, which we do on the sub waves, right? We have another 1 and then another 2. So yeah, I think both counts are valid. How do you know which one it is? It really doesn't matter because they're both saying we're going higher, right? So I would like it better if this was a 1 2 1 2, because then you would get a 4 5 4 5, right? And let's do a little Fibonacci trend analysis here. So if I take a trend-based fib extension from the top of that wave back down to the bottom, you can see we have all our targets here with a minimum of a $3 target for the third wave, right? So it would be something like 1 2 1 2, right? And then you get 1 2 3, maybe 4, 1 2 3 4 5 for 5, right? And that would be your third. Then you'd pull back for a 4, right? Then you'd get a 5, and then another 4, and then another 5, because you have the 1 2 1 2 here. And that could be a substantial, you're looking at, we can get up to $10, pretty, between $8 and $10, depending how impulsive this thing really wants to be. Because when you zoom out and you do a trend-based fib extension from the wave that we've been in, right, which is this monster wave here, right, and then I can do, well, really what we would have is, if this is a 1 2 1 2 1 2, right, we get up here to the third wave, somewhere around $5 to $6. I would say between $4 to $6, right around there, and then probably get another hit to the high, 1 2 3 4 5. And that's probably it. That's all she's going to do. I don't know if it's going to go higher than that. It all depends if the way that we could go higher is if it happens in this wave or this wave here. But as soon as we get 5, it's probably done. Because then at that point, we zoom out more, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 legs, right? So we haven't seen the 5th. And usually the 5th is going to be one of the biggest waves, especially if it's extended. And in the 5th wave, we need 5 waves. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it's somewhere around $6 to $7, well, then you're probably not going to see $10, right? Especially if that wave is finished. Now, there could be a possibility where this is a 1, 2, and we're in the middle, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we get 5. And then we get something like this. And then we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would be wave 3. This could be 4, 1, 2, and 5. So that would be a very bullish if we're still in this third wave, right? If the third wave is finished and this is wave 4, then we only have 5 up. But 5 up could be very big. I mean, just look at this 5 up. I mean, you went up massively, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. We had a big wave 4 and then a 5. So we could be right around here, right? 1, 2. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But anyways, it doesn't matter. The small time frames are what matters. So I gave 2 ideas and some targets. Now we're going to talk about bearish targets, bearish ideas. Now I'm not bearish, I'm bullish. I think we're going higher, but that doesn't mean we can't have more bearish price action in the short term. So what that could be, and I just don't like it at all, but it would be some type of boom, boom, and then boom. Take that liquidity out and then go. It's just, you got 3 here. You got 3 up. You got a very complex B wave. A, B, C, right? And then you come down in 5 for C and then go up. So we could get a trap, right? If we go up here and we get hardcore rejected, right? We could slam down, take these lows out, confuse everyone on the planet, and then go up, right? But it wouldn't confuse us because we know what to expect if that is the case. So, and that would be a regular sort of A, B, C, A, B, C. There's your 3-way move right there. All it is just a bigger move. It's a bigger correction. And if we had a correction like that, then there's no doubt in my mind that this is the 4th wave. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Right now, this wave is pretty small compared to this wave, which means if we do come up and hit the high, it could mean that this is just a subwave of the 3rd. So we don't know yet. We'll have to see. I think waiting is the hardest part. But you could see, look at this 8-hour super bullish candle right there. That thing is beautiful. And then we slammed right back down into the base. But then look at these 2 guys right here. They said, nope, we're not going nowhere. Low, higher, low, higher, low. Right? You're sort of magnetized, to this center of gravity right here. So the idea here is to kind of get further away from the scene of the crime and then let's go. So I think next week could be interesting. I mean, no doubt in my mind it's going to be interesting, but as far as potentially breaking out of this thing once and for all. So there's some bad news, right? The Bitcoin, look, I told you the deep state was going to show their hand and they did. How did they do it? Because they want as much economic travesty, disaster as possible when Trump takes office. To blame the finger, to point to him, to say, look what he did. For example, crypto, right? The government, the judge said that the government can sell, like, I don't know, a couple $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So US cleared to sell 6.5 billion in Bitcoin. Will it crash? I mean, 6.5 billion isn't that much. I mean, it is a lot. It could affect the price. It could take the low and it could cause other people to sell. But, that's typical when I see a lot of FUD like this right around a big pivot point based off the charts. It just makes me wonder, maybe they're trying to get the price, as low as possible to shake out the weak hands before they know it's supposed to run up, right? Because what did Trump say? He wanted a Bitcoin reserve, a strategic reserve. So why would they sell it? Why would the government sell their Bitcoin if Trump wants to hold a reserve? Why? Because Trump wants to hold a reserve. That's why they want to. They want to, like Trump said, oh, they want a smooth transition. And he says, no, they don't. They don't want a smooth. They want to make it impossible. Everything they're doing is making it impossible for a smooth transition. It's all lies, right? I mean, just look in California. I'm in Southern California. Luckily, I'm in the higher part of California, so I don't have to, I'm not dealing with all of these fires, but these fires are not new, right? Except they're happening in these very beautiful, rich areas, just devastating people's lives. And it all could have been prevented. And Gavin Newsom is down there saying, oh, I talked to the families. They're so, shut up, dude. You're the reason why we have this problem, right? And I think they started it on purpose so that they can receive more. California's bankrupt. They're broke. I think they started this all on purpose just to get money, federal aid, right? Before what Biden's going to do is give California federal aid, right? Because they know Trump's probably not going to do it. So if you knew you can get billions and billions and billions of dollars if you start a fire, would you do it? Right? If you're a criminal, yes, you would. And if you're broke, you're desperate, yes, you would. Right? These are not accidental things, right? Fires typically happen in the summer or the fall when it's windy and hot, right? Yeah, the wind is a little bit strong, but they really, I mean, you're in the middle of January. I mean, it's very rare for fires like that. So all he had to do, is clean up things and use taxpayer money to not have, cleaning, things up. It's so dry, right? And then also the water, they divert a lot of the water into the ocean and they don't have enough water in the fire hydrants to fight the fires. It's ridiculous. So everything they do is just ridiculously dumb. That's why I'm openly supporting Trump on YouTube as a crypto trader, while many people will not even touch it because they're afraid, and they're afraid what people will think. Well, I don't care. I'm Trump hardcore all the way, 100%. These people are nuts. If you live in California, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a tyrannical sort of control force that they do things that don't make any sense at all, except for corruption, treason, and backroom deals, kickbacks, money laundering. There's so many things that are wrong with the current structure of the government and local officials. It's just ridiculous. So hopefully Trump can do something about it. But you could see what I mean. Trump's going to come into office in like 10 days, and you see all of these problems, right? Coming all of it at once. Like, come on, man. They're trying to make it, and it's just the beginning. It's going to get worse. They're going to do other things. They're going to cause other problems, right? Look what they did in 2020 with C-19, right before election year, right? Or actually, it was election year to get him out of office, but they failed. Trump actually won. They cheated, So, anyways, back to the charts. It's just really upsetting. And the reason I talk about it is because everything revolves around crypto, around the price, right? So it's stupid not to talk about it because it has a direct impact on where price can go. Technical analysts, they go to the chart. Well, you got to also be a technical analyst when looking at what's going on in the world and how screwed up things really are and who the good guys are and who the bad guys are. And if you don't call out the bad guys and call out who are the good guys, then you're no better than anybody else, really. I don't like to talk about politics. No, it's not politics. This is evil versus good, right? This is good versus evil. This is not, should we raise taxes? Should we lower taxes? This is not policy on foreign affairs or no. This doesn't have anything to do with politics. This is right and wrong. This is common sense versus insanity. And if you don't call it out, then, it's not a good thing. So I encourage other YouTubers who, support Trump, but they won't talk about it. I think they should a little bit, at least for a little bit and explain, hey, this is not right. Call it out, right? And we can see California just going up in flames. And people think, oh, yeah, it's sad, but it's more than that. I think it's all on purpose. I think they did this to get federal aid. I think they're doing this right before Trump's election. I think it's all part of their sick operation that we don't even know the halves of. You know what I mean? And then you look about the judge gave the clear for the Bitcoin to be sold by the government right when they knew Trump was going to take office, right when he was going to create the strategic reserve. Like, come on. Just like the oil with Joe Biden, right? That's why a lot of oil prices went up because of the war in Ukraine. And so he basically stopped pumping oil and used our strategic oil reserves. Why would he do that? That's not our war. That's not our issue, And then sending billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine to help fight Russia. It's all fake. It's all ridiculous. They don't care about Ukrainians. They care about money circling back to them, right? So this is why we are in crypto. This is why we invest in crypto, because we don't trust governments, because we don't trust the currency. We don't trust the dollar. We don't trust the politicians. Right? We don't trust the system, the Federal Reserve, the central banking fiat currency scam that creates all of these problems, right? It's ridiculous. And so, if we were stuck in a situation where we didn't have crypto, then how would we earn profits? We basically would be a slave at a job forever. Right? Whereas most people are at a job, but they're investing in crypto with the hopes and aspirations that they can one day, be much better off than they once were. Right? And that's why people watch channels like this to kind of get a sense of where we are in the market. Right? But I also add, and I'm not afraid to voice my opinion of what I think in terms of Trump and the deep state that he's fighting, and it's a real thing. So we have to stick together on that. Think about when Trump won the election. Think about what crypto did. I mean, look at this monster rally, right? Trump won the election right there, and look at that monster, right? So think about that for a minute. And now we're kind of cooling off here, right? And then people all of a sudden forgot what happened here. Well, Trump won. That's what happened. So he's going to be the best president for crypto out of anything. There's just no question about it. Because at the end of the day, it's not about crypto, it's about competition between other countries, right? So if we don't do it, China's going to do it. You know, other countries are going to do it. We can't let them win this technology race, right? Like the space race. Well, that the space race never ended. The Cold War never ended. It's still going on, right? We're still racing. And that's why China basically they take our IP, all of our computer chips, all of our intellectual property, and they steal it. And then they create their own products, their own things, right? And they sell it for pennies on the dollar, and then it just makes everything, you know what I mean? So anyways, it's a disgusting place, but that's why we got crypto. So anyways, I don't know. It's hopefully things turn around, but I'm just saying the reason I'm saying this is because I'm letting you know to expect more chaos. Maybe another virus, maybe another some type of event, a cyber attack. Maybe they do something as far as the economy goes, the stock market, I mean, who knows what they can do? There's so many things that they can do to make things worse for us Americans, not because they're trying to hurt Trump, right? They're trying to get him. They're trying to make our lives miserable because we voted for him, but also because they don't want another Republican to get back into office or somebody like Trump to get back in office in the next 4 years. You know, so they want to make things a disaster so that people will never vote Republican again. But I think it's all going to backfire on them at the end of the day. So go listen to the X22 report on Rumble. Just go to Rumble, type in X22 report, listen to those reports. They come out every day, and it is the best reporting out there that really knows what's going on. I mean, I've been following since Trump became president, really, and this is where it really all started as far as having their true colors come to light. Small time frames. There's not really much on the small time frames, 5-10 minute chart. I mean, we're just kind of ranging in here. Let's see. So we have this area here. We have this area here. And we have a little bit of a liquidity grab in here. Kind of flagging out a little bit there. So if this is a 1-2, I'd like to see it come back up and eventually break out. But, you know, it's too tough to know right now. Ranges are unpredictable. Markets are not rational. They're irrational. So, you know, let's look at some other charts here. Looking at dog. You know, you got a little double bottom here so far. You know, nothing's confirmed. Imagine you have some divergence here. You got a decent wave. This could be a flat and a continuation down. It could be a range, a continuation up. Or it could be a 1-2 and a continuation up for a third wave. Same thing with dot. So really the idea here that we've been following is right here when we look at theta. Okay. And we look at the daily chart, and we can see pretty much very similar price action, right? You got this 3 here, come back down, hit the high, take the high, take the high, come all the way back down right into support, come all the way back down right into support, right? That's exactly where we are right now. So this could be the bottom, somewhere around this area, right? And if it is, then let's go. I don't know if we have to hit the low again or create some kind of diag in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then pop up. Here, it was a little different. We had some kind of consolidation phase, boom, boom, boom. This was just kind of like a straight drop, which is kind of concerning. We don't want it to impulse. We want it to correct down. We want that 3-wave down. This to me looks like a 5-wave move down. If this is 3, we need this to be 3. We can't. The B wave has to be 3, not 5. If it's 5, then that means this could be a truncation of a 5th wave, or even not. And then once we go back up, we wouldn't be breaking out. We would be going into a bigger B wave, right? So it'd be something like, if this was 5, 1, 2, 3, 3-way pullback, and then 5, that's a 5-wave move. If we have a 5-wave move down, we're not going to break out. What we're going to do is we're going to go 3 up, and then we have to go 5 back down and then break out. So that would take, you have all of that time that went by. We're only not even 1/3 of the way there, if that is the case. So this one wave can change this entire outcome. So that's why it's important that we hold these lows. And I'm really hoping that this is some kind of expanded flat here for a B wave. But we really need it to hold. We cannot have this be 5. If it's 5, it's it's still possible we could break out, but it's just not. It doesn't have the good look. Like if you look at theta, you got 3 waves, perfect, right? You have this little pivot point right in here. But we don't have that here. That's the only bad thing that I see about the chart. Other than that, it looks really good. You got your impulse. You got a 3-way pullback. You got 3 up, 3 down, right? Same thing here, 3 up, 3 down. Now, granted, here's the thing. We had 5 here. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could be 3 up, and now we're starting our way back down for 5, and then go up later on. Right? That's the pretty much very dangerous where we're at here in theta. This is why I'm saying, and basically a lot of the charts, right? Because if you look at theta, it just doesn't look good right now. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you got 3 up, 3 down, and then you got 5 up. Boom, boom, boom. So the question is this going to be a 4 and a 5, a Hail Mary, or is this going to be 5 down, 3 up, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, kind of. So basically it'd be like a rise, crash, retrace, reaccumulation, sideways, and then breakout. That's what it would be. But I don't see 5 waves. I see 1, 2, 3 waves, right? So if this, if this was a 4 and then we had a 5, that would be bad, because then we would get 3 and then 5 again, and then kind of be in a reaccumulation, then go. It wouldn't, it would just take so much more time. It would just take an exorbitant amount of time if we break the lows. And I don't know if we have that much time between now and spring, because once we hit summer, things are bearish anyways. So we really needed to hurry up. You know, time is of the essence. We need this thing to start performing soon, or we're not going to have enough time to get through the retracement levels, if we're even going to get through those retracement levels, right? Because we still have to work this out, which I believe we eventually will. But then once we get there, then we have to work this out, right? So that's why Theta is not my biggest holding, but it is one of my bigger holdings, right? But when you look at XRP, XRP is like I've been saying many times, XRP had a beautiful accumulation range. We had the rise, we had the crash, we had the retrace, we had the reaccumulation. We had years of sideways getting away from the scene of the crime. Now we broke out. Now we're right at the end of going into price discovery. So we're right there. And when you look at the smaller time frames, they look so much more bullish than any of the other altcoins by far, right? I can see very clear 3 waves down, right? So I can see this is a really, nice looking range here. So yeah, I'm not saying it's not impossible. I'm just saying it's going to be tougher. Now, if you look at like Litecoin, right? You got 3 down, you got 3 up. My question is, are we going to get 5 down like this and then go up? I mean, we totally could. And that could be a regular zigzag, a regular ABC, right? So that's my concern. That's my concern. That's why we need to hold these lows. That's why it's such a pivotal point. And that's why they're creating all this FUD, right? You have the Fed speaking, this week you have, or was it this week or something? And then you have all these little things that they're trying to create FUD, right? But it's just like when you have a lot of good news at tops, you have a lot of bad news at bottoms. So what would make me really happy is if we can develop a little base and then start getting back up to these highs. Once we do that, it's going to feel so much more better, more relief, more confidence. But as you hang down here, what do? Well, for me, I'm dollar cost averaging because I'm taking the chance, I'm taking the risk that we're going to go higher, which I believe we will. XRP looks a lot better than a lot of these other charts. Like BOEM, you took the low, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. So BOEM could actually be finished, right? So this could be, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's your A. And then you have sort of this B wave in here. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a C. A, B, C. Right? But it doesn't look proportionally right. So what I would think here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an A. Right? And then, but you also have 5 down. That could be a B. And then you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. That's a C. So we could have some move like that. And then, that's your A. All of this is your B. And then you go down C. And then probably we won't see if that's the case, we won't see a big bull run alt season not until October of this year. So we're going to have to get through all of spring, all of summer, all of fall. And then once we get to fall, winter, and to next spring, that's when we can see it. But I don't know. I think it'll happen sooner than that. It just has to prove it to me right now. And a lot of these charts just don't look that good right now. let's keep looking here. So Bitcoin is the problem, right? That's the number one issue is Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin can hold and start moving up in a retracement, I mean, look how well the altcoins did just on that little move. Now we could see the altcoins do even better if we range up again or retrace. And I think we will. I don't think Bitcoin's going to just dump. I think this could be, when you look at it bullishly, right? You have this flat here, and then you have a 1. This could be a 2. And we could go up for a 3, 4, and 5. But we can't break that low. And we're super close to it. So, and I don't like the fact that we're kind of bottlenecking in here. You can see how, like, this kind of behavior, you know, so we really need to pop the high here. We've been oversold for a long time. You know, if you look at the RSI, you've been kind of just dangling down here. So yeah, let's see if we can hold up a little bit. What do the small time frames look like? Yeah, small time frames still need a lot of work. You know, they need, you know, at least another week to get established. If the low's in, if the low's not in, then it's going to take even longer because you know, this could be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like kind of like a falling wedge, like a diag or something, and then break out. Right? Now this is the 15-minute chart, so it could happen fast. It could happen a lot faster than I just stated. You know, because right now it's the 9th. We're about to be in the 10th. So let's see, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, I want to see by next Tuesday. I'm really curious what next Tuesday would bring, because that would give us plenty of time, even if we had to break the low, what the chart looks like then. And we'll go from there. But that's pretty much it. Like CRV, you have 3 down, you have 3 up, and now we need 5 down. Now, I don't know if we have 5. This could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it could be some kind of flat or even a triangle. 3, 3, 3, go. Right? Jupiter. Well, let's look at Monero here. So Monero's still ranging. It's still just kind of boring. I'm starting not to like it anymore. I mean, on the small time frames. Because it's kind of looking bear flaggish, you know? So hopefully not. But I do kind of like this 3-wave move here. And then we have 3 here. And then we have 3 here. So we have 3 up. We have 3 down. No. Wait, we have 3 up. 3 down. Yeah, see, no, this would be, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You have a nest of 3s. So it's just essentially ranging. There's no, it's not identifiable yet. So like ICP, super bearish looking. I mean, you basically had this beautiful rally and it just took it all back. Like right there, it took it all back. So if we don't hold that level, then that's going to be bad. We have to hold this. We have to hold the line, and we have to start basing and retracing. If we don't, then this looks to me like 1, 2, 3, and then you have a 4, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it'd be like a 5-wave move down. It could be WXYXZ and then go, right? Or it could be one, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5, 3, 5, then go. So we'll see how it plays out. I mean, we're dumping right now. Let's see. It looks like we're about to take the low again, guys. Look at this. I mean, here's the low. We shot up, and now we're just dumping again. So let's see where she goes. Anyways, that'll do it for this video. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. It could go to 0. It could go to $1 million. There's no way to know for sure. So we'll see how it plays out. But overall, I'm still bullish long term. I still think we're going to get all season. I still think we're going to go up massively. But the altcoins have a lot of damage on the chart that they need to heal, and that healing could take some time. So hopefully it happens sooner rather than later. So we'll see.